One of the most common questions that I'm sure I'm not the only one getting, right? But every other person who may be in a position of mentorship is, why am I so frustrated, right? What should I be doing right now? What is my purpose? And this question usually comes from a lot of people who are in their 20s, right? In this video, I'll be addressing the why and how you can move forward from there. Hi, my name is Eric, and if you've never seen any of my videos before, I am the Igbo writer, and I usually say stuff that is sometimes contrary to popular opinion. So I was speaking with a really beloved sister of mine recently, over the course of the last 2 weeks, and this question came up again. And this is how I want you to look at it. It is the way it should be. If you are in your 20s, maybe mid-20s, early to mid, sometimes late 20s, and then you find yourself asking yourself, why am I so frustrated? Why have I not figured it out yet? That is because it is the way it should be. And I'll explain it to you. Before you got to this particular season of your life, you're coming from a season where everything was planned for you. Planned for you by your parents, planned by your guardians, your ward, basically your journey through life was planned. And so you didn't have a reason to ask yourself this question because you were following a timetable. And you are going to a season where everything will be planned by you. You will also be living out a plan. So currently you are at that very critical juncture between the plans that were made for you and the plans that you will make for yourself and for your life, right? And so it is natural. You are at the point where you are supposed to be asking questions, and you're supposed to be frustrated, and you're supposed to feel the way that you feel, because that is the design of life. You are not out of place, and you are not the only one who feels like that. Don't let social media fool you into thinking people have their lives figured out. They don't. I know. It literally is the way it should be. And here's the good news. You will never be as frustrated and as confused and as unsure as you are right now, ever in your life. You have never been this confused. You will never again be this confused if you play your cards right. Now, that said, here are 3 things that can help you find your way forward. Number 1, it's really important for your mind that you appreciate that it is what it is. It is the way it should be, right? Don't fight it. Don't contemplate suicide, right? This is, you are where you should be, and you should make peace with that. If you do not make peace with that, moving forward is going to be incredibly difficult. It is important for your mind that you appreciate that you are where you ought to be, and that's a natural place to be. Number 2, it's important that you start carving a niche. Up until this point, there are certain things that you know that you can do great at. Some things you've not tried out, but something on the inside of you, your intuition, your spirit, however it is, your energy, the universe, however it is that you define it. And it can be the voice of God, right? Telling you that you would really excel at this if you tried it out. This is the point in your life where you can try literally anything out and get away with it, because somebody's paying for your food. And if you don't have somebody paying for your food, try and find somebody paying for your food. Don't let fraudsters and early bloomers and all of that perceived success try to dissuade you. You literally have your entire life ahead of you. Start now to carve a niche for yourself, right? Choose a path. It does not have to be the right path. You are at that age where you can afford to make mistakes, and it will be less grievous than if you make them in your 50s. Number 3, become extremely good at it. It's a question that I ask everybody that I come across, and I have the opportunity to teach or to mentor. I ask you, what are you the best in your area? Not the country, not your state, in your area. And your area could mean your state, depending on the level you've gotten to, yeah? What are you the best at? It's really important that you ask yourself this question. And if you are not the best or close to the best, not by the standards of you, and this is really important, not by the standards of the small setting where you find yourself, not by the standards of your church media, now you video pass, You understand? Not by the standards of your school or your department, but by world standards, literally world standards, because you can access what world standards are on your phone, right? What are you the best at? What are you aiming? You should literally aim for that point. If you go on these three things before you get into your mid-30s, before, and I literally mean before, you would have started moving out of this phase, not just economically, but psychologically as well. If you enjoyed this video and you found any kind of sense in it, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. You will enjoy the content that I put out there consistently, right? Like this video and drop a comment if this has been helpful or this is something that you are facing, or you can share something you'll let me to talk on very soon, and I'll see you in the very next video. When? Shortly. And if you're looking for how to subscribe, you can click this one. It's right here. God bless you.